Hello, fellas. It is me, Roxton, as you can see right here. And if you saw my last video, this will look kind of familiar to you. Unfortunately, when I rendered it, I left out some of the effects that you see here. I would make this bigger, but it does not. My CPU does not like it. But let me show you real quick in case you didn't watch what happens. Mind you, there's going to be some latency. Like it's going to look way better when it's rendered out. So let's just start from like here. If it lags, I apologize. So the latency was pretty bad. So this is let's pause that so it doesn't kill the CPU as much. I'm gonna create a new project so we can go through this real quick, but this is how many channels I used to make this. And there's a few different ways to approach it. Now, mind you, I went the lazy route. You don't have to be lazy with it, you know. I made a preset to make it easier too. So let's go to a new project. And so first things first, I'm the realist. You want ZGame visualizer to be on your master. That way it gets all the audio and whatnot. Let's make this detach is fine. So this is just what you're left with, right? Okay. So we're going to make something really simple. Okay. So let's find doesn't have to be perfect. I just want something for now. Sure. That's way too abrasive. There we go. Okay. So say you got a little beat, right? Okay. Got a little beat. Got a little snare. You know, got some party boy going, right? And you drop it down to 128. Sure. So say you got a beat here. Okay. Nothing's happening here. Okay. So what can you do? What kind of things can you do? Well, you can add pictures by going to add content. Say you got a logo like I do. But it opens up on default to their pictures and stuff that they give you. So let's just play with that for now. So you got this little guy here. And I don't know what this is, but let's put it ASCII skull. I can kind of see it. So, okay. So let's just say you want one of your pictures. So what you do is you go right here where it says none. This is going to be channel A. And you want to go and add image. All right. Go to image source, and this will select. Oh, look at that. Looks terrible because of how it's stretched, but that's okay. Or for now, let's just do this. Okay, so you got a picture here. Let's just make that like that. Okay, so you got a picture. You got a lot of options here. A lot of options. So say you just want to, fix the width, height, maybe re-angle it, or you could, automate this. But we'll get to that. This is going to change the position from like their improved one versus their old one. Doesn't really, matter. This rounds it. This is cool. I actually like this feature because, so you want to like super vignette something, or you just want to look clean. I like that. But then you can change the alpha, which is just changing the opacity. I don't know why they chose alpha, but change the hue, and you just use a saturation knob. You can automate this too, so it's a rainbow type of effect. Also, if I stutter a bit, my top lip is swollen because I just got a new piercing. So, forgive me for I have sinned. Then you gotta say you just want that. You want something simple. So you put a picture down. And you're like, all right, cool, I got my beat. But nothing's happening. Okay. There's a few things you can do. So if you want something simple, open that up. You've got a few different choices. So where is it at? So go to peak effect. This is going to be the one that you see the most common. So you've got this, which actually acts as like a true visualizer. You have the linear one. This one you see pretty often. And there's a lot of parameters you can change, like bands. Another one, where is it? Polar. This is the one you'll see on all of your channels. All of them have this. And you can change the radius, threshold, magnitude. Ooh, she thick. Rotate it. I mean, there's a lot here. Backwards peak. Arc. The arc will change how much. I like that one, to be honest. You can automate that too. Just think of all the things that you can automate and change. Because, look, you can right-click and hit Create Automation Clip on all of these. Okay, so let's reflective. That one's a cool one. I've used it once. It gets weird. But let's go back to polar. So you got polar, right? Let's actually fix the hook here. Arc. Just make it a full arc. Change the magnitude a bit. We're gonna just make this just back to white. Just back to where it used to be. So okay, you got that done. Now let's say you want to add some shake. You know, I'm sure you've seen that when like the bass hits and the picture goes bwam 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 bwam. Okay, we've all been there. So you're gonna hit that as you saw, I hit this little plus here. Go to audio shake. Now for now, this is your default. That's not what you want. That's not what you want at all. Change mode to frequency range. And you can change the min and max to do that. Okay. Now say you don't want the polar part to shake. This little right up here, this little down arrow, move layer to left. Because most people want it to only bounce or shake rather on the low frequency. This is one way of doing it. And you can change the speed too. Now, so that's one way of doing it. The other way would be, this one's going to be a little more convoluted. Okay. Say you want this to be super specific. So you know where your kick hits every beat. So you can just create automation clip on the width and the height, right? So there's a few ways you can approach it. And you can do it also on the height here. So just right click on it, link controller, and that one there. Yep. So now you got your own little shake, and you can set it to whatever, you know, whatever you want. There's so many fucking options, you know, you can do. But the other way, probably a little cleaner, but this one just gives you more control. So let's put that back. So another thing that I see with audio visualizers is little particles. I know you guys love your particles. And excuse me, I was thirsty. So vignette looks nice. So let's just add the vignette for now. You can change the radius, do whatever. Let's just do light like that. Okay, so now let's add some particles. Now there's God, there's so many things here, right? I believe the one that I used was flow, I think. Forgive me, fellas. No, it was reactive flow? No. But that reacts too. See, there's tons of different things in here. Fluids. Fluids is the one that I used. So, excuse me. By the way, you can change it to only react to different mixer channels here too. Can you do that with polar? Yeah, actually. Yeah, you could do it with polar. So then, okay. So let me just show you that real quick. I haven't messed around with it enough. So let's just route it to the third one, right? Okay. So let's go back here to audio shake. Sorry to go back. Don't mean to go back. So let's go to kick. Now it doesn't even matter what the frequency range is, or if I change this to legacy or normal, it's only going to react to the kick because it's audio source kick. Completely forgot that existed. So let's do this here. So we're going back to fluids. Now there's a lot of options here, and it's gonna seem pretty intense. Lightness changes the lightness a bit. Who would have thought? So where is? So now it's kind of rotating, which is nice. I like that. Trying to make it larger. There's a lot of parameters here, so let's do that. So you got rotating particles. Let's do wander. You're gonna have to play around with some of these to really like see, see what you can get. Gravity is gonna make it, move around like that. It's gonna change the speed. Point size will change how big they are, how size they are. Pin shape. Oh, this I did not see before, to be honest. I didn't notice that one. That changes the point size still. Don't know why I'm excuse me. Point rotation, I would imagine. Noise, I would imagine adds noise. That makes them go kind of crazy. Does a little thing. This color noise adds, the noise color to them. I like this one. That's actually what I used in the previous video. Let's just turn that back to normal. Warble makes them a little warbly. Let's change that. Turn that off. I'm not liking that weird effect. Inertia has to. I think the inertia thing. I think this reacts to the gravity. I mean, we all know what inertia is. We were all in school once at some point. Gravity Z. Z makes it, you know, Z is like depth. So coming at you or away from you. Let's use it going that way. It's like Goku is just taking all the energy right here for his 46 episode Spirit Bomb. But let's actually make it come back at us. Burst. That makes it fucking wild. It's like disbursement. They're gonna float around all over the place. Birth flow can make a lot of them come at you. This is really fast. Lifetime. Short lifetime. Yeah, they're gonna die pretty quickly. Flow rate. This is fun. Sorry, I'm having more fun than I should with a fucking tutorial, but you know, I'm just showing you all the different parameters, the things you can do, and yeah, so wow, it reacts really fast when there's audio playing. It's crazy. So, excuse me. So that's pretty much what I do. I mean, and then after that, it's like I like to think about the close off effects. Like, you know, you could use like a dot matrix, which does that. This is pretty cool. Just think you could automate a lot of this, you know? A lot of this could just be automated to react, you know? RGB shift. This one is what you would imagine being like this. You know, say, screw it. Let's do this real quick. So open up the playlist. Okay. Just shorten that back up. So you could have it like, you could have it do one of these numbers, you know? Interesting effects that you can do. Excuse me. What's another one? Scanlines is pretty cool. You can make it, you know, 2x2, 4x4, maybe. You don't have to use the Y or the X. You can do a point cloud, which I don't really understand some of these. I'll be real. That is cool, to be honest, though. It's pretty interesting. I don't know if I could use it. You got Julian Bloom. This is another one that you could use. You know, could be interesting. Oh, I forgot. That's because of the parameter was still set. But there's so many things here, man. Like transition effects. You know, say you want to do this and then to transition in, like from the intro. Reactive sphere, we already remember that. There's also a few other ones like Tunnel, which would do stuff like that. Oblivion. This one completely covers its own little particle effect. It's cool. I wouldn't use it. Taurus Journey. I wouldn't use that one. This reminds me of like the old Windows screensavers. Yulian Tunnel. This one's pretty sick, actually. This one's pretty cool. This one's interesting. Elements. But it's really all just, you know, it's all in what you want. You know, create a preset for yourself. A preset just like to make it so much easier for you. Because like my preset's just preloaded right here. So let's go to preset. And it's gonna load. And so this is mine. This is the preset from before. I have my logo in there. He disappeared for some reason. But just play around with it. Once you're done, once you're completely done, just look at the presets real quick. Just hit export video and then put it in whatever folder you want. Obviously you want to use these presets for like 1280p. 1280p, wow. That's not what I meant. But I like to use just the 1280 by 720 or 720p. Or you can, do that. Advanced export settings, just to make sure you get the right dimensions you want. You can go up to 8K if you really want. You can change the bit rate so it doesn't look like Garbo if you have a lot of particles. Frames per second, if you really want 60, that's fine. Just keep in mind, more frames, double the file size, double, triple. Uncompressed, that way it has the best quality ever, but it will be a very large file size, like 2 gigs, 3 gigs. But when you go to render, keep this in mind. So you've got the save as type. I just recommend MP4 for YouTube or pretty much anything. It's like the PNG of video. But you can do MOV, AVI, WMV, GIF for whatever reason. OGG. I didn't know there was a video for that. WebM, MKV. So you've got options, and pick one and then hit save. Place. Let's just put poop. But that's pretty much it. That's what I did. I know this was a little longer, but I hope that you learned a thing or two. If you have any more questions, maybe I didn't touch on something, let me know. I'm gonna eat some Frosted Flakes. Bye.